So kinetics and equilibrium, page 217. So what we're going to look at is Le Chatelier's principle. So Le Chatelier looks at a system that is at equilibrium. So that means we have constant concentrations, and we're at a place of equal rates. Forward rate equals the reverse rate. And Le Chatelier takes advantage of this process, okay, by applying a stress to the system at equilibrium. So this is, when you are at equilibrium, you are good at managing all of life processes. But then you know nothing continues on perfectly, that we are all stressed. It could be exams coming up, you're getting sick, things like that. So when life is moving smoothly but you have a big exam to prepare for, or you get sick and you fall behind, you have to make adjustments. So our chemical system shifts to adjust for that stress. We have to figure out a new way to rebalance that stress in our life, just like a chemical system. So, and the system continues to shift until the system is able to reestablish an equilibrium. So at equilibrium, stress applied, now it's not balanced, so now the system continues to work and react to that stress to reestablish a new equilibrium. So the three major stresses we have to think about in chemistry would be concentrations, the temperature of a system, and pressure changes on a system. So now I'm going to say there are two major types of stress. So a stress could be described as an addition. So that means something more is put into the system and now there is too much. So as a rule to figure this out, the system shifts away from the stress. So if the stress is some sort of addition, it shifts away to correct and reestablish, to take care of that. So the system, if we have too much of the system must use the extra, and I'm just going to say material, so the extra material supplied to the system. Okay, so the system must use up the extra material that's been supplied to it to get back to equilibrium. So to regain equilibrium. Okay, the other type of stress is a removal. So something is taken out, now it's missing. So if something is missing from the system must shift towards that stress. And the reason that the system shifts towards a stress is that the system must use its own components. So the system must replace what was removed. Okay, so the system must replace what was removed so that it can regain or reestablish equilibrium. So to regain equilibrium. So that's going to be the big idea, and once when you identify the pattern, follow through and you can figure out everything else. So stress is an addition, shift away from the stress. If it's a removal, shift towards.